Yeah, that's why I say, if it's a true sports bar and grill, now, you know, it could be run nice.
Up over the TV.
No, if you can't hear
I
the
don't,
announcers.
well, if they drink enough beers, I will.
I know some people get pretty hushy over their TV on their sports now.
But anyway, we need to check on what all goes along with this. You know, but anyway, he was concerned about it. Because he said before they had a problem with it. No, it was just a problem. So we got a way we can make sure they're not serving anything but beer. They did it.
First 6-7 months to make sure that they follow.
That's all I've got.
Okay, do you have anything else?
The city has it right now.
I have just a few things. I'll try to make it quick. All the city vehicles, if we could have all the, each time they use them, make sure they have all their safety lights that work, check their signals, headlights. I noticed some fluid dripping off the garbage packer today. It looks like one of the jacks is busted on the side of it or something. They really need to check that, because
We just bought a new jack for $800.
So we have,
I just noticed it was pouring out. I figured they might not even know what it was doing.
that the chief gives out and gets stuff to the
It's leaving a little
officers.
stream.
I've got one. That's probably what that was.
Okay.
It's like right now I've got them.
Next thing with the nuisance ordinance, like
because that's not
properties, which I know
it used to be.
establishing the board, so I'll
But I
skip
give
on
them one that I
that.
want to go as the chief.
The budget. When are we going to be able to do a budget? And I know in order to do it, we're going to have the audit. My question is, when's the auditor going to give us the audit? And what's the hope?
I sent him a letter. Told him that we need to get the audit results back. So that I can start on the first. And we're working on the parts of the like payroll and things like that. The budget will be presented to you before June 1st, okay?
What's the, do you know what the holdup is on the audit? Why it's not?
He needs more bank statements. See, you remember that letter that he gave us, the letter that wanting to know if there was anything that he's not been told to discuss with you?
Yeah.
Have you all signed that?
I won't sign that because
Well,
that what he's asking us to do is tell him anything we think's wrong. Since some of us wasn't here, I can't tell him what I think's wrong, but from finding out that we owed the IRS money that didn't get paid.
But you know, he should have found that out himself, shouldn't he?
That's right, and when he was made aware of it, he acknowledged that, and by asking us to sign that letter, that he said due to recent media events, that he was asking us to sign this letter, telling anything we found wrong. As soon as he found out that the IRS didn't get paid after, according to financial statements, they did, he should have come in and looked at every receipt, but he chose not to do that. He wanted us to do his job for it. He needs to get off his laurels and do it himself. It's ridiculous you pay him that kind of money and he don't give you an audit.
I had the same problem with that. Matter of fact, I called him. I told him, I said, I can't sign this the way it's written. He said, I have no problem with that. I said, write what you... So what I did is I wrote on there and I put, I have no knowledge before taking office of anything. And then I signed my name.
Well, what got me was that when we found out the IRS was owed money after the financial statements had showed that they'd been paid. And he should have come in and checked every receipt himself. We shouldn't have to tell him how to do his job. If we just want to do that, we'll do the audit ourselves.
Yeah. But now that's what I understood is he wouldn't...
Have we paid him for this audit?
No, not about half of it. I mean, he's been working like
Don't pay him another penny until you get this audit. Stop paying the man. I'm sick and tired of fooling with him. He don't impress me at all because that's something he should be doing, not us. that's his responsibility to do it. All we can do is control what we see right here in front of us.
See, we're at a loss with him because we don't have a contract with him. His contract is dated in 2006 or 2005. It expired in 2006.
So why don't we request all of our paperwork back and do a new audit?
Can we do that, Parker? No, well, no, hear me out. I hear what you said, we start with new money. What I'm saying is we've already paid him half. Is that correct?
That's right.
He's not give us the audit, he needs to give us our money back or give us the audit one.
But you know, that's what the problem is.
And we don't have a contract, so could we drop him and seek reimbursement and get a new auditor?
You're not under, we prepared a contract.
Please.
We prepared a contract back in 2006 that was for an audit, for a contract for a year. It was only for a year. And that was the basis of it. Then there's been these, I don't know that you could call it a renewal. It wasn't a renewal. They were just additions to that initial contract that we prepared back in 2006, but we never did one for any other year. But you have paid him for some of the work that he's in the process of now. The question, of course, would become whether he's done for work that he's been paid for. He's been paid to finish the audit through 2010.
We don't have it.
And you know, that's like, you know, so right now you're waiting on the audit for 2010.
That's it.
Only 2010?
Yep.
He gave us a preliminary or an informational audit in February.
Yeah. And you have paid him for half the work, and he's gonna say he's done at least half the work. So if you've already paid him for half, your best course of action is to insist that it be finished.
Can we get a letter
And if
sent
you're
to
not-
him requesting that we
Of course,
get this?
surely you're not gonna pay any more on it until it is finished, but you've already paid him for half.
You already sent him a letter requesting?
You got a copy of it.
Another thing I was going to bring up, those windows that are blown out on the police station, we might want to look at getting some of the same color metal that's on the bottom and go ahead and cover those over before somebody gets hit with flying glass. Some of the windows are blown out and some of them aren't.
I didn't know they, which ones were they, man?
The ones that's facing Main Street. be
Just
the
recently.
Third, fourth, facing the road, third, fourth one, they got busted glass in. They've been busted for a while.
But
They just,
some of them, the pieces of glass are laying on the sidewalk. Little
yeah,
pieces.
every now and then you'll find a piece of glass on the sidewalk where the winds blew and blew them out. That metal's only $1 a foot and it's 3 feet wide. It probably wouldn't cost $200 to cover all them windows up. You just have
It's
to get
just a
somebody with
safety
some kind of
issue,
lift.
as well as an eyesore. I mean, we want to
Because
see
the
them
concrete's
look
early
good.
on.
When did this happen?
It's been over years, I guess.
You know, this should have been brought up, and all of a sudden it's.
We need to start looking.
emergency.
No, I didn't say it was an emergency. We're talking about cleaning up the city and the looks. I mean, I don't see what would be the harm. Another thing you might look into too, we were talking about a building. You might want to talk to the school board, Tim Soder, and see what he says about this school over here.
I'd
The
like-
school over here ain't pretty caring. They
Well,
it
it's got a
bolted
good
the
structure.
doors together
It's
now.
got a good structure. I mean, we.
They want, I think they're asking, Blue might be about 350,000 or